Hi everybody, this is George Veter, and I want to wish you happy holidays, and I'm talking to you on this blog a couple days after Thanksgiving, and I hope you had a very blessed holiday with your family during Thanksgiving. I know we sure did here on the ranch. It was wonderful. I wanted to spend just a few minutes talking to you about the current market scenario and what's going on and be communicative, because there's a lot of dynamics right now, and we're getting a lot of questions called into the office about exactly what's going on and some concerns about the market volatility. So hopefully I can shed some light and make things seem like they make a little more sense, and maybe put any ruffled nerves, or calm any ruffled nerves. That would be the goal. Also want to just tell you that whenever I talk to you, either personally or through a video blog like this, I just feel gratitude. I'm so grateful that I get to work with you, and that our business has grown to represent so many high caliber individuals, and consider you not just clients but friends. And so anyway, let me share some thoughts with you. The market last week was very volatile, or over the last week. In fact, Bloomberg reports that this was the third worst Thanksgiving week market performance since Franklin Roosevelt was in the White House in 1939. So yeah, it was a pretty volatile week. And there are some things that are driving that, and I want to frame that for you and then just give you my feeling about it so that you're not overly concerned. The two big worry points of the market that we obsessed about last week were, number one, concern over the tariffs between the United States and China primarily. Right now, the economic growth is still robust, but the concern is the worst case scenario view, in that the tariffs remain in force or intensify for a long period of time between the United States and China, slowing both countries' growth trajectory and ultimately slowing world economic growth. So that's a concern. Another concern that we obsessed about last week is interest rate pace. The Fed has been raising interest rates after 10 years of lowering interest rates, 2006 to 2016. The Fed has been normalizing interest rates and moving them higher, and Wall Street has been concerned about the pace of interest rate increases. Now, that's a legitimate concern, but I think it could be overly done as well. As far as the good points to the market right now and what's going on economically, we just finished up Black Friday, traditionally the biggest day before Christmas of sales. The early reports from Amazon and other retailers are that we are on pace to have a better year than last year, and last year broke all records for online shopping as well as just general consumerism. And so we seem to be off to a great start. The actual Thanksgiving Day online sales, according to Barron's, were 28% higher than a year ago. So if you were worried about that, you don't have to be. Americans are spending their money again this holiday season, just like they do every holiday season. In fact, the feeling of the consumers in the country, as evidenced by the retail shopping so far, both online and in stores, is that Americans feel like they can afford to spend money and stimulate the economy, which is key for how the market will react. That's going to be one of the points that we will trade on going into December and through the end of the year. The other thing I wanted just to mention to you beyond retail sales is that we've had a really great earnings year this year. In fact, we broke records and both in January for the fourth quarter, April for the first quarter, July for the second quarter, and now in October through November here for the third quarter, we had an average of 18%. I have read, I know the statistics are going to change a little bit, but we've had around 18% growth over a year ago earnings season, which is phenomenal. And the GDP in our country hit a 9-year high. Economically, things are looking good. We have a lot to be grateful for, not just our family relationships around the dinner table and Thanksgiving, but economically, I think the last couple of years have surprised us how well the economy has done with change in leadership and with all that's going on in the world. We've just kept going ahead, and so there's a lot to be grateful for there as well. Now, I want you to know when the market gets volatile like this, it's not always based on logic. That there's two components to what drives the stock market. I know this is going to be repetition for everybody, but there's the emotion of the moment, which is going to ebb and flow. It'll get negative and it'll get positive, and sometimes that's intangible. We don't know why, it just does. And then there's obviously economic data that drives the market. Right now, the big influencer would be emotional. For whatever reason, the market's focused on the negatives, and so we've had some violent downside activity. But I want to assure you that over time, the market always rights itself to where it should be based on the economic reality of the world and of the country. And that I and my team, we have been through many super volatile periods, both on the upside and the downside. And our portfolios are designed, and we manage our clients' assets with the good times and the bad times in mind, that we can weather both and find opportunity in each side of the cycle. And I just want you to enter this holiday season knowing that we've got your back, that we're on the job every day, that we're concerned. We feel stress when things are negative, especially in what's being communicated to you, and you see counts are down at times. We understand that doesn't feel good, but that's a part, unfortunately, of the cycling of the way the economy works. Any stress that you might have due to negative emotions and communication during this period of time, please communicate that with us. We'll do our best to communicate to you and make sure that we do our job for you. And we're, again, grateful for all that doing business with you represents for us. And we feel the responsibility to do our level best, and we're more than willing to do that to guide you through these little bit turbulent times. So I look forward to our next communication. And once again, happy holidays. God bless you and all your families.